Let's go!
The world's first gaming-to-real racing league is here. The search is on for racing prodigies from around the world to test behind the wheel of real race cars. Racing is no longer just for the wealthy or elite. The future of motorsports is now, and it's open to all.
We're about to change the game!
In Season 1, 32 of the best racing gamers were sent to real-world tryouts in Atlanta, Georgia, all expenses paid. 24 were drafted by 6 teams inside the Williams Racing Fan Zone in London during the Formula One British Grand Prix, receiving paid professional racing contracts. Now, these drivers are competing in the 10-round Prodigy 3 Championship to climb the ladder to the Prodigy 2 and then the Prodigy 1 Championship. The search for racing prodigies continues. Are you a racing prodigy? Compete now.
We're about to change the game! We out here taking names! Let our voices rise! Let them reach the skies! We're about to change the game! Let's go!
Bailar?
Bailar.
Bailar. Yo bailo.
Bailo con gracia. Bailo como si no hubiera una mañana. Ahora la lengua me baila al compás.
Rosetta Stone's language learning tools may just be too immersive.
The Prodigy Racing League is taking the world's best gamers and putting them in real-life race cars. Tune in as the PRL is off to the Atlanta Motorsports Park for more team versus team action. Can anyone overtake the undefeated Thibaut Courtois Racing atop the standings?
I know that I have the skill to be the fastest amongst these young men and women. I'm not done yet.
Catch Prodigy Racing League action tonight at 9 p.m. only on Racer Network.
PM Prodigy Racing Network.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another Prodigy Search Selection Show. Over 6 weeks, the PRL iRacing BMW M2 CS Racing Cup saw some great racing, and just over a month ago, our finals sent 2 more drivers to Prodigy Week in 2025, an all-expenses paid trip to be tested behind the wheel of a race car, but physically and mentally as well, all in their dream of becoming a professional race car driver. Pinto Jombi and Beckham Jasir won our Prodigy Passes, and today 2 more drivers will join them courtesy of the Search Selection Committee. What does that mean? The top 25% in the championship standings were invited to send a 60-second video resume to make their case, and our 2 judges had to work their way through all of the selections and pick our 2 winners. If you're wondering what the Prodigy Racing League is all about, though, it's about giving drivers an opportunity, building an E-to-real sports league, and giving gamers their chance to sign professional racing contracts. Prodigy Week later this year will take these drivers behind the wheel of a race car to be tested. We've done this twice before, and 30 sim racers were drafted and have competed in the Prodigy 3 Championship. You can watch Round 7 debut this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern on Racer Network as the series heads back to the Atlanta Motorsports Park. But let's welcome in our 2 judges who had the unenviable task of picking our winners. First, João Barbosa, the 4-time Daytona 24-hour winner who was part of our Prodigy Racing League journey, first as a practice squad coach and then joining Team Sucker Punch to coach them at the playoffs. Then we've got Random CallSign, who is now in his 4th appearance as a Prodigy Search Selection judge and has seen the journey with these sim racers to become professional race car drivers. Ricardo, I'll start with you. It's great to have you back once again. I feel like it must be getting more and more difficult as the talent level only continues to get better.
Yes, and I think once again, thank you very much for having me here. And this time, yeah, you see the level ramping up. It's very difficult. Everybody has their homework done and they are not taking any risks. They really want to go for one of the seats.
João, it was great to have you join us for the final couple of rounds of the Prodigy Racing League. What stood out to you from what you saw from those sim racers on track that you were looking at from these candidates in this search selection committee?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me. It was definitely a super hard task talking with Ricardo back and forth. They were all worth of making the cut, but we had to pick a couple of ones. So really hard task. But from my experience during the last season, what I saw the drivers coming from the sim and straight to the race cars, unbelievable the talent that it was shown there. So I'm really looking forward to see what's next for these guys.
Absolutely, and Ricardo has picked Ciro Zambro, Will Redford, Thomas Bellman, Rupe Kirkapa, Jordan Johnson, Vasilius Belitsiosis, and Tom Katsudonis. Those are a list of drivers that many of whom are already race winners in the Prodigy Racing League, and I'm sure we're only going to see more from them moving forward. The list has been whittled down to 10 finalists. We'll announce them in just a few moments' time. We'll have 2 winners, but also 2 runners-up, our reserves, if you will, that will be called up to step in case one of our winners cannot make it to Prodigy Week later this year. And for those that have joined us along for the journey, you'll remember that Jan van der Heide, who's part of the BS Plus competition, Prodigy Racing League team, he joined us as a reserve on 24 hours notice for our very first Prodigy Week. Let's announce our 10 finalists though, and in alphabetical order. Let's start with Kamto Chukwuera, the 18-year-old from Dublin, Ireland, who represented Nigeria in the FIA Motorsports Games last year. This is his 7th appearance in the Prodigy Search Selection Committee. Next, it's Diego Fernandez, the 15-year-old from Oviedo in Spain. Started 8th, but finished 3rd in his finals and brings karting and cross-karting experience to the PRL. Kamil Franczak, the 34-year-old fighter pilot from Radom, Poland, finished 7th in his finals after a couple of incidents, but with several sim-to-real experience before, including in the GT Academy, he could be another one of our flying drivers, both in the air and on the track as well. Dakota Fripp, the 27-year-old from Los Angeles, California, started 8th, finished 7th in the most recent finals, and this is his 3rd appearance in the Search Selection Committee, finished top 4 last time around. Pablo Maricrat, the 20-year-old from Rosario, Argentina, missed the most recent finals, but he was a fan favorite in the previous GR86 PRL tournament, top 4 as well in his previous Search Selection Committee appearance, his first of hopefully just a few. Lincoln Olson, the 15-year-old from South Lyon, Michigan, finished 53rd in the championship, missed out on the finals, but brings his experience in Spec Miata racing to the top 10s here today. Ben Padden, the 18-year-old from Forest, Virginia, unfortunately did not finish in the finals after a couple of contacts, no fault of his own, but this is a 2nd appearance in the Prodigy Search Selection Committee and has no real-world racing experience. It's all come to him through the sim. Nicholas Rice-Puto, the 27-year-old from West Palm Beach, Florida, who did actually come out to a couple of our P3 championship events to make himself known to some of the team principals. He started 10th, finished 9th in the BMW M2 CS Racing Cup finals, and this is his 4th appearance in the Prodigy Search Selection shows. Robbie Stapleford, the Stapler, the 18-year-old from Leicestershire in the UK, represents BS Plus competition in the sim world. Mostly on a set of Corsa Competizione, but ventured out to iRacing for our finals, finished 17th, recently won at the top level of sim racing in R1. And last but not least, Brandon Walker, the 25-year-old from Denver, Colorado, started 19th and worked his way up to 11th in one of our finals. And this is also his 4th appearance in the Prodigy Search Selection Committee. And so there's a look at a handful of the drivers. Can only imagine the nerves and the stress they're feeling right now. And as I mentioned, 2 finalists and 2 winners to move forward to Prodigy Week, 2 runners-ups as well, who will be reserve drivers in case a winner cannot attend Prodigy Week. So let's work through those first 4 finalists to whittle down the field before we'll announce those 2 Prodigy Pass winners. Our first finalist, Dakota Fripp.
Hi, my name is Dakota Fripp. Since I can remember, I've always gravitated towards the speed and sound of race cars. From staying up till 4 a.m. to watch F1 races as a kid, to saving up for my first go-kart at 14, if I could fast forward 12 years later to today, I've had the opportunity to place in or near the top 5 in the last 4 Racing Prodigy finals while balancing my full-time role as an autopilot test specialist. As a sim racer, I've competed in multiple world championships and special event races. And in real life, I've competed in Formula Student and in karting. So competing in the real life Racing Prodigy Championship and gaining the guidance from the coaches and mentors is an opportunity I've been actively chasing for the last year. I see the Racing Prodigy Series not only as a unique opportunity for sim racers like myself, but for the racing industry. Competing in the series would absolutely be a dream come true, and I look forward to being considered.
João, I've commentated and actually raced against Dakota for many a year in the world of sim racing. What stood out to you in his 60-second search selection video?
Just the passion that he shows and the commitment, saving money to get his first go-kart, to get his first rides around a real racetrack from the sim. So, all of these candidates have tremendous passion for racing, and they just wanted to make the next step.
So Dakota Fripp, our first finalist, second finalist to join him, Pablo Marisat.
My name is Pablo Mercerat. I'm 20 years old from Argentina. Growing up with no racetrack close by, I found sim racing as my way to practice my skills. I have spent the past few years developing my driving and improving my skills by working hard, eventually being picked up by Williams Sim Racing Academy to continue my development. Through sim racing, I have also improved my English, and will I still need more work, it will get there. I deserve this opportunity because I have the determination and mindset to earn this pass. Moving my entire series just to compete in your competition because my house lost power the day of the GR86 final. Even with moving the sim rig, I was fighting for the win until lap 13 when my wheelbase disconnected. Despite these obstacles, I'm still here, more motivated than ever, and I never give up. I will follow in the footsteps of my friend Dino Filippa and continue to prove that Argentina has great drivers. It will be a dream to experience racing in the United States and compete in the Racing Prodigy Championship. I aspire to race in real life as I do in the simulator. My dream will never fade, and I train every day in the simulator to be one of the best. Thank you for this opportunity.
A fan favorite, to say the very least, in our previous GR86 Cup finals. Random CallSign, what stood out to you from Pablo's 60-second video?
Pablo is basically what Racing Prodigy is all about. We are E2 real, and he basically has all of the pillars of Racing Prodigy. He works really hard, and I think he deserves an opportunity because he's hard, he goes really hard, and he is super fast as well.
And we didn't actually see him in our BMW finals. He missed a couple of rounds of the championship, but it's good to see him get this opportunity, remember, through the Search Selection Committee. Our third finalist, Diego Fernandez.
Hello, my name is Diego Fernandez. I am 14 years old and I live in Oviedo, Spain. My passion has always been cars. I started karting when I was 5 and I won regional championships, but I couldn't continue due to financial challenges. Now I train with cross karts and I still do some karting on my own. In the pandemic, I started in sim racing, especially in Gran Turismo, and from that I've expanded to a lot of simulators like iRacing, ACC, Formula 1, Assetto Corsa. I've always had very good results, winning a lot of championships in a variety of simulators and finishing third in both iRacing MX5 and BMW M2 Racing Prodigy finals. I think I deserve the opportunity to prove what I can do on a track and to be closer to make my dream of becoming a driver come true. Thank you so much for making people's dreams possible.
I love the commitment to get into a racing suit to film the video. João, what stood out to you from the 60 seconds you saw of Diego?
Yeah, it's amazing to see like the young kids, the commitment that they put and the effort and work that they put every day to make improves and to get better every time. So, from sim to the real racing, it's going to be a big challenge, but it seems like everybody's committed and really making a big effort to it. So, just the young age of some of these guys and the commitment that they have to become a race driver and make their dreams come true, it's really unbelievable to see.
And so our final finalist here today, Robbie Stapleford.
Hello, my name's Robbie Stapleford. I'm 18 and I'm a professional sim racer. From racing karts nationally and internationally, even at the Mon, I've proven myself at every level. From almost securing a fully paid season in Ginetta Junior, To become one of the youngest drivers ever to sign an esports pro contract, I've consistently pushed the limits. Finishing P2 at 24 Hours of Spa in my first ever season sim racing, to showing strong performances in the ESL-R1. Off the track, I coach sim racers in Loughborough College. I've worked with Formula Medicine. I've even toured BMW M Motorsport Factory. I'm always pushing to raise the bar, whether in real racing or within esports. With 2 iconic bulldogs, I bring talent, personality, and a fierce determination to succeed. Being dropped by G2 only fueled my hunger to prove them wrong. Winning a Prodigy Pass isn't just a goal, it's a journey, a revenge story, and a path to make my dream a reality. Thank you.
Quite clear story there from Robbie Stapleford, Random CallSign. What really stood out to you, though, in particular amongst all of that?
He's been around in sim racing for a while, even though he's so young, and is already making waves in sim racing. It was basically impossible not to look at him.
And you can see the nervous energy behind the smile. So that's our 4 finalists. Now, remember that our 6 other top 10 finalists today, still all very, very strong. And a couple of our drivers here have been in this position before. The next PRL competition, the iRacing Radical SR8 Cup, starts on April 22nd, so you can go to racingprodigy.com if you potentially want to be in this position in a couple of months' time. João, I mean, I can't imagine how difficult a task it was just to get down to these 4 amongst all the different drivers that you saw.
Absolutely. I mean, all the 10 drivers, all the finalists, they were worth winners, and I'm sure they would do a great job going back to the real world racing. But me and Random CallSign, we had a really tough task just to narrow it down to 4, and then obviously up to 2. You know, we made the best decision I think we could have made with everything that we have available to make that decision. So I'm really proud of the work these guys put in to get up to this point, and let's see what the next stage is for 2 of these guys.
Well, let's not keep them waiting any longer. Remember, we'll have 2 reserve drivers for Prodigy Week. At this time, let's eliminate 1 driver as our second reserve. They'll be ready to jump in if needs must. Our second reserve here today is Robbie Stapleford. So Robbie has the PRL dream not come to an end. He knows that his chance could still come in the future. And for someone who jumped into the world of iRacing, he knows that there's still more, I'm sure, that he can show. So now down to the 3 remaining finalists. The nerves surely building, so let's not keep them waiting, as I mentioned. Our first winner of the Prodigy Pass and heading to Prodigy Week later this summer, to be tested behind the wheel of a race car, physically and mentally, for the chance at a professional racing contract. Diego Fernandez is headed to Prodigy Week in 2025. Congratulations, Diego. Talk to us. How does it feel 1 step closer to the chance of becoming a professional race car driver? Don't forget to unmute your mic before you try and talk to us. You're still on mute, Diego.
Sorry. I'm still with the shock of the moment. I have no words to describe this. I think it's a very good opportunity for me, but I have no words. I'm very, very happy for having this opportunity.
João, you said a little bit about why you picked Diego. Do you have anything to ask Diego about what he's feeling right now, what he's got to look forward to in the future?
Yeah, Diego has to look forward to a lot of hard work to make his dream come true. It never comes easy. He did the first step up to become a professional race car driver. So the next step is getting into the real cars and compete against other excellent Racing Prodigy drivers. So he has a big workload ahead of him, but we pick him for a reason. I think he can do a great job competing against all the other drivers.
I'll train very hard and try to do my best to get selected for a team. I think I can do very well.
Diego, you're just 15. You don't have a driver's license just yet, so you've got lots of things that I'm sure are going through your mind. What's the main thing you're going to be preparing and focusing on the build-up to Prodigy Week, where you'll get to drive a race car at the Prodigy Week in 2025?
Maybe the thing I will train most will be the consistency, because I think I have good consistency on track, but in racing it's quite very important, so I need to improve it. Also with my lap times, braking zones, because I'm quite novice into racing, so I think I have to improve a lot, but I will do good.
Diego, congratulations. Can't wait to see you in Prodigy Week later on this year.
Can I thank someone?
Go for it.
I want to have a very thank to my family, my parents also, that are always here with me, helping me, trusting me. Also my friends that help me watching the streams, the videos, the races. And also you guys and your partners for making these events and for making it possible for people like me, that we are sim racers, that we haven't raced in a car, to make our dream of becoming real life drivers. I thank you so much, guys.
The 15-year-old from Oviedo in Spain will be joining us at Prodigy Week in 2025. But now down, of course, to the two remaining finalists. One to head to Prodigy Week and join Diego, the other to be our first reserve. So, the nerves building. Let's not keep them waiting either. Our second Prodigy Pass winner here in our search selection show in the PRL iRacing BMW M2 CS Racing Series is Pablo Mercerat. Pablo, congratulations. You have won a Prodigy Pass. You are headed to Prodigy Week in 2025 to drive a race car. How do you feel right now?
Thank you. Free for all, sorry for my English. I'm very happy right now. I can't believe it.
Random CallSign, Pablo, like I mentioned, we didn't see him in the BMW finals, but he was a fan favorite in the GR86s. Why exactly did you select him, and what are you expecting from Pablo in Prodigy Week in 2025?
Well, I know Pablo is really fast. He has always shown to be really, really fast. With all the information that I could find for Pablo, the choice, even though all the other ones were also very, very good, Pablo seems to have something a little bit extra. And I'm expecting he going into the car and doing his best and try to win races.
Pablo, I've got to ask you, what's the thing you're most looking forward to? Of course, you'll get to drive the race car, but there's so much else. You'll be in the US, I'm sure, as well. There's some nerves, some tension. What are you looking forward to as part of this journey?
Yeah, I'm very nervous, of course. Really, I'm very nervous, sorry. Thank you, Racing Prodigy, for this opportunity, and Rosetta Stone and Dancing Racing. I don't know how explain this.
I think we all understand. Pablo, congratulations. We'll see you later this summer to drive a race car.
Thank you.
So Pablo Mercerat joins us in the booth. He did mention Rosetta Stone. We are at Racing Prodigy proud to welcome Rosetta Stone to our family, helping drivers connect with a global audience and grow beyond the track with an immersive language learning in over 25 languages. They're fueling this journey in more ways than one. And our four finalists represented 4 different countries, just really showing the international flair and contingent that the Prodigy Racing League has following it. João, Random CallSign, thank you so much for being a part of the journey. João, before we let you go, I've got to ask, what do you think these drivers have got to focus on? You saw, like I said, some of them behind the wheel at the P3 Championship, but now they've got a couple of months to go off, prepare mentally, physically, and maybe technically behind the wheel of a sim racing car to get ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. They have a lot of work to do in a short amount of time. So Diego and Pablo, they're very young, a lot to look forward ahead. Obviously, Pablo, his communication is going to need to improve, so he's going to have to study on his English, and it's quite important. It's all the communication, everything that's going to ask is going to have to be in English with everybody. So he has a little bit of an extra step to do, but obviously physically and mentally they need to be really prepared. They're used to the sim, but when you go to the real world, a lot of new things, a lot of new variants come along. So they're going to have to very new experiences, but I think they proved their worth in the sim. Now they're going to prove their worth in the race car, and that's why we picked them.
Random, you weren't there trackside, unfortunately, but you were there at the Prodigy draft, so you got to see the realization for some of these Prodigy Search Selection Committee winners, recipients, getting to sign that contract. This is the first step for them, right? But it's only step one. There's still a long road for them in this journey.
It is indeed, and I wish I could be in their place as well. So I give them all my luck.
Well, thank you again for joining us, and thank you to everyone for watching along here for our most recent Prodigy Search Selection Committee show. Don't forget, round 7 of the Prodigy Racing League debuts tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern on Racer Network. You can catch round 7 action, 3 electric team versus team races, all building to next week's regular season finale, where each of our teams must drop one of their rostered drivers, heading off into the P3 playoffs. For everyone that supports the Racing Prodigy journey and our team behind the scenes, I'm Arjuna Kankipati signing off for now. Congratulations to Diego Fernandez, to Pablo Mercerat, winners of a Prodigy Pass and headed to Prodigy Week in 2025.
Let's go!
The world's first gaming-to-real racing league is here. The search is on for racing prodigies from around the world to test behind the wheel of real race cars. Racing is no longer just for the wealthy or elite. The future of motorsports is now, and it's open to all.
We about to change the game.
In Season 1, 32 of the best racing gamers were sent to real-world tryouts in Atlanta, Georgia, all expenses paid. 24 were drafted by 6 teams inside the Williams Racing Fan Zone in London during the Formula One British Grand Prix, receiving paid professional racing contracts. Now, these drivers are competing in the 10-round Prodigy 3 Championship to climb the ladder to the Prodigy 2 and then the Prodigy 1 Championship. The search for racing prodigies continues. Are you a racing prodigy? Compete now.
Bailar?
Bailar.
Bailar. Yo bailo.
Bailo con gracia. Bailo como si no hubiera una mañana. Ahora la lengua me baila con paso.
Rosetta Stone's language learning tools may just be too immersive.
The Prodigy Racing League is taking the world's best gamers and putting them in real-life race cars. Tune in as the PRL is off to the Atlanta Motorsports Park for more team versus team action. Can anyone overtake the undefeated Thibaut Courtois Racing atop the standings?
I know that I have the skill to be the fastest amongst these young men and women. I'm not done yet.
Catch Prodigy Racing League action tonight at 9 p.m. only on Racer Network.